News Weekends. I'm Heather Sullivan, and I am joined by Peyton Gallion, and we're going to get you up to date on our weekend forecast. We're less than 2 weeks from Thanksgiving, and summer is still holding strong.
Yes, it is not feeling like Thanksgiving is around the corner at all. In fact, today we're already warming up really fast. It's a nice view out there, a few low-level clouds, but temperatures, we're already in the lower to mid 70s, and it's just after 9 a.m. We have that southerly wind that brings a little bit warmer air into our area, and unfortunately, we're seeing temperatures like this across the area. Our highs today, we're going to get up to those mid 80s. Not record-breaking quite yet, but that's going into tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday as well. Expected to be in those mid to lower 80s, some 87s across the area. Now the record today is 89. Don't think we will get there. Don't have a lot of confidence that we will get there. But again, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, these are days we're watching. Sunday, Monday, those specifically are days we could be breaking the record. Also watching the increasing chance of rain Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday into Friday. I'm talking multiple days, consecutive days of rain chances coming into our forecast. And boy, we need it. The drought situation continues to worsen across the area. We could get about an inch, inch and a half, up to 2 inches of rain, but hey, we need that. Now, putting it all together, we are watching those temperatures Sunday, Monday into Tuesday as we see those mid 80s in the forecast. But then we kind of turn the page. Tuesday through the end of the week, we're watching those rain chances increase. Now with the consecutive days of rain chances, our temperatures could actually lower as well to more fall-like weather. But Thanksgiving around the corner certainly isn't feeling like it right now.
Not even at 74 degrees. All right, well, we want to update you on a horrific story. 2 immigrants in Harris County under arrest, accused of repeatedly sexually assaulting a 12-year-old girl. According to ICE, Felix Bastillo Diaz and Jose Gerber Rivera are accused of assaulting Bastillo's grandniece, who was smuggled into the U.S. from Honduras. Bastillo's temporary protected status was terminated. The girl, they say, escaped with the help from 2 women who were then later arrested themselves. They're accused of abusing the child and forcing her into manual labor. Both women face charges for felony injury to a child, unlawful restraint, and invasive visual recording. Police are searching for a man caught on camera assaulting a store clerk during an attempted robbery. Just take a look at this. It happened at a Q-Mart store off of Southwest Freeway on November 1st. Police say the suspect tried to steal several cases of beer while another man distracted the clerk outside. Well, then a fight broke out when the clerk tried to stop him. Now, the manager says that crime at the store has spiked in recent weeks, with thousands of dollars worth of food and beer stolen. They say that there has even been a break-in where thieves smashed the front door with bricks.
In all the convenience stores, we are used to petty crimes. Every day something happening, somebody stealing something. But in last 3 weeks, it has gone way up. It's just like ratio, like almost 60–70% up. Especially since they stopped the food stamps, people are more desperate right now.
The clerk says he's called police nearly 20 times in the last month and fears things may get worse during the holidays. In Fort Bend County, former NBA player Patrick Beverly was arrested on a felony assault family violence charge. Deputies responded to a home in Rocheron early Friday morning. They say the incident involved family members. Beverly's bond is set at $40,000, but few details have been released. The former Rockets and Lakers guard was a second-round pick in 2009. After Friday's arrest, Beverly's attorney released a statement that reads in part, quote, "Patrick Beverly has no criminal record. He cares deeply about his little sister, a young lady, a minor. Given that, when he unexpectedly found her alone in the home with an 18-year-old man in the middle of the night, he was understandably concerned, as any brother would be, about his sister. However, we don't believe what followed happened the way it's been described, and we look forward to the opportunity to address that in court," end quote. As the government continues to reopen, the FAA has announced that it's cutting flight reductions at 40 U.S. airports in half. So this change went into effect at 6 a.m. this morning, and the FAA says that the 3% reduction will remain in place while it monitors safety throughout the weekend, and it will then determine whether operations can return to normal. The flight reductions were announced last week in response to the shutdown. Houston's Hobby and Bush Intercontinental airports are among the affected airports. As lawmakers scrambled to reopen the federal government earlier this week, a last-minute provision tucked into the spending bill could shut down most of the hemp industry nationwide. Fox 26's Sherman DeSalle breaks down what's in that measure and why some say it could push a legal market back into the shadows.
A provision attached to the same bill that would reopen the government is sending shockwaves through the hemp industry. Businesses say that this could force them to shut down across Texas. The measure, added in the Senate, would ban any hemp product with more than 0.4% THC. And industry leaders say that thresholds would eliminate 95% of what's currently on the market, and that's including popular Delta 8 and Delta 9 products. Critics of THC say that the product has already caused a lot of public harm and regulation is needed, but critics against this measure say that this could push toward prohibition.
Prohibition causes far more harm than good, not only economically to these entrepreneurs who have been operating legitimate businesses for 6 years, but to the many consumers who enjoy these products, who will be relegated to the illicit market and criminalized for the use of these products, even when they're used responsibly.
The Texas Cannabis Policy Center points out there is a 1-year delay before the ban will take effect, but companies who fought a similar battle in Texas earlier this year would now be forced to defend their stance on the federal level. Companies like the Bayou Hemp Company, co-owned by Benjamin Meggs. He tells Fox 26 prohibition measures carry significant risk, and they're willing to work with lawmakers during this 12-month period to craft balanced and equitable policies. Meggs says, quote, "We fully support this approach as it aims to safeguard the industry by empowering ethical players and sidelining bad actors." Even Republican Senator Ted Cruz weighed in, posting that hemp regulation should be left to each state. He argues a one-size-fits-all federal ban will create unintended consequences, while still calling for stronger age limits and a stop to synthetic products marketed toward children. For now, industry leaders say that they're pushing for what they call a really good regulation and not cracking down on the product altogether, pushing people toward an unregulated market. Reporting from the newsroom, Sherman DeSalle, Fox 26 News.
All right, now let's go to the president's trade war, and we've got some big news involving that stuff that may already be in your kitchen. President Trump has signed an executive order to end tariffs on items like coffee, beef, and tropical fruits. The president has reached a deal with Ecuador, Guatemala, El Salvador, and Argentina to ease import levies on agricultural products produced in those countries. The move comes as voters said the economy was their biggest concern right now. And the Trump administration has also cut tariffs on most goods from Switzerland down to 15%. That would lower the cost of importing things like jewelry, coffee, and chocolate to the U.S.
We hit Switzerland very hard. We want Switzerland to remain successful.
This agreement is a great relief for our economy. The additional U.S. tariffs have already caused considerable damage and affected almost 40% of our exports.
As part of the deal, Swiss companies will invest at least $200 billion in the U.S. by the end of 2028. And to help those who are still waiting for their full SNAP benefits, along with federal workers who are waiting on their paychecks, the Houston Food Bank is holding 4 food distributions today. Now, one is already happening right now at the Northwest Assistance Ministries on Kirkendall Road, and one just got started at Tully Stadium on Derry Ashford Road, and then there's one in Missouri City at Progressive High School on Independence Boulevard. At 9:30, there will be one in Richmond at Catholic Charities on Collins Road. You do need to pre-register for these events. They're all organized by the Houston Food Bank, so we have a link where you can do that. It's on our homepage on fox26houston.com. And this right here is a live look at MD Anderson Cancer Center's 10th Boot Walk to End Cancer. It's happening right now at Helix Park in the Med Center. The walk is just over a mile long, and throughout the route there will be various dance and musical performances by community groups to cheer everyone on. This year's walk has already raised more than $1.9 million to benefit patient programs in cancer research. Just amazing. Great to see everyone out enjoying beautiful weather. And Houston ISD is hosting a school choice fair today. Open Enrollment District, HISD, lets families choose the campus that best fits their child's needs. So the fair will offer a look at the different programs and help families with the process. all ahead of the school choice application period that starts on December 9th. The fair will run through noon at Northside High School on Quitman Street. And the time now is 9:10.